Hello,
Hello.
everyone. I'm Samantha Weisbeck. I'm the owner and general manager here at Dancewear Center. My pronouns are she, her. I'm joined today by a very special guest, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Hello, everybody. My name is MiYoung Margolis, and then I'm founder and a dancer, and then also artistic director at MiYoung Margolis Dance Collective. We known as MiYoung MMDC Dance Company. So my pronouns, my name is correct. Sometimes people ask me, is it Maya or MiYoung? So I always say I want to be saying a young, so MiYoung. I mean, I want to be your young, so my young. You can call me my young, but at the same time, I would like to call as a name me young. So that's my birth name. Yeah. So and so now, yes, as I mentioned that I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, and I have my dance company, and then that is me now. So and then also beside the dance, I own my art gallery, which is located in Sodo, so named Gallery B6012 and dance studio actually inside of a gallery. So back up the gallery, that is kind of my dance studio. So whenever we baking some piece or whatever is in happening in an art kind of gallery. Yeah.
It's amazing. And so you've already kind of started to touch on this, but can you share a little bit about how you got into dance to begin with?
Basically, I started from a very young age. So I got my dance background I got the bachelor in a dance. So basically, I trained classical kind of trains like ballet, modern. That time, Martha Graham was huge. So I basically learned Martha Graham a lot because don't calculate my age, but I've been dancing kind of 3 decades now. So yeah, so don't calculate still. What is the she's in an device. And then yeah, so that's how it started. And then also I learned Korean traditional dance because I got my dance degree in Korea. And then I got master in teaching dance education and physical educations. As soon as I done at my degree and then I moved to USA. So that was the first city, Seattle. It was 18 years ago. So I moved here and then I started teaching more the people here and then in the community size. And then soon as after that, I joined as a director at cultural like non-profit organization. So I've mostly working with making the cultural festival with the city of Lakewood and Tacoma and Bellevue. So it was, I usually work for the cultural side, the dance performance or something, helping people. So that is my much more background. But meanwhile, I still go on to some solo dance or teaching because of teaching area. If you teach some dance area, so you kind of back off from the stage sometimes, right? Because it's hard to working together with some finding right dancers or companies or hard to find some opportunity to actually put yourself onto the stage. So sometimes I had some special, like occasionally, sometimes performance, solo performances, some fashion shows or fashions events or community little, stage. But back then I kind of miss really, group dance formats, like putting together, right? And then we just working together, torturing each other, and, right? And then the moment I found like organization named Dare to Dance Seattle. So they basically produce for like retired dancers or non-background dancers or someone just interested in make a piece and they have a vision but they don't know how to bring out. So it's basically it was an interesting like stage for me because but at the stage it's very professional. So and then I realized that oh I thought only dance background, someone who has an actual dance degree can only to dance on the stage. It's my like the open the box. So since then, it was 2017 by the way, and then I found most of my dancers from that association. So now I'm one of board members because like really like the support the people who has created a mind, but they miss some chance, like dancing degree, always thinking, oh yeah, we start from the 5, we start from the 6 years old. But some people missing the chance, so still people can dance, and then still people can build up their ability in a many ways, many genres. So that is the point I created my dance company. So my dancers are now, I have 13 dancers. Yes, so their backgrounds all different. Some of them from street dancers, like a professional for the walking, and then some of them are Iranians. So she doing Iranian dance a lot. So and then of course, ballet, contemporary, Korean traditional type, and jazz swings. My dancers are really diverse and the different backgrounds. And then we just like have the same passions. And then when I choreograph, usually I try to, depends on what theme, I try to empathize that these dancers putting into that skills. So it's kind of making a little bit of a more interesting, but at the same time, we embracing each other, because Seattle need this. Seattle is made by all different like background people come on to this city, and then even arts and then dance side as well. So that's what I see this the Seattle. It's charm of Seattle, right? So that is how I built up my dance company. And then yeah, so how this is kind of journey to see, because I train as a really like traditional type of, yes, like like a lot of ballet bars, like just a lot of things in the ballet, modern dance, and a Korean traditional dance, everything, and then just move on to USA, and then teaching a lot of people, like kids to others, a lot of people, and then finally myself finding onto the stage again with my people, and it's meaningful. So it's like I'm telling you to like, what is a dance? Like, I think dance is life. So my life's dance. So yeah.
I love that. You've done so much, and it's fun to kind of hear about how you're like how your mind has been opened as you've done it longer, and how things have just continued to shift, but dance is still at the center. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. It's beautiful. Fabulous. Well, can you share with us a little bit about why you applied to be an ambassador?
Well, because I think it was I got the very initial time when I interviewed with you guys. I got the same question actually, but I'd like to say because dance supposed to be not only one side and a genre, everyone professional, right? So I want to be some example for like age-wise, even I can break out of. I'm not even in teenage teens. I'm not in the 20s. I'm not even 30s. So I still keep going. Oh my God, I just brought out. Forget about it. Yeah. This is life. This is a dance. Everyone want to dance. And then like this is a kind of what the God blessing parts. Like I can dance forever, whole life. So still to keep this body level, of course I can like beat any teenager 20s that skill wise, but still I'm keeping to maintain myself. So I can have long-term, long life in a dancer wise. I think everyone can do this. So that's what I want to be example for the people. And then also like no matter what you guys have like in a background, I'm definitely agent, yes. So yeah, so right, so it's like whatever you have a background, whatever your age wise, whatever, like you can be a dancer. That is the kind of I want to brought out that to the community in the dance community. So that's the reason why the reason I applied to.
I love that. Thank you so much. So great. And then kind of with the common thing that we all share obviously is dance, but what is your favorite thing about dance?
Of course, I think expressions. Because I think earlier, before we started recording, I think a little bit about talk about you, about I'm good at body language. I'm not good at both sides about the communication. So I think this is the best way I can communicate with the people. So that is I love that. I like to do what I say. I like to like storytelling. with my body, or like put under some story inside of my piece. So this is what I see, that vision, what I want to talk about, and what do you think? So this definitely, this is one of the charm is doing dancing is like body language. That's what I say. So yeah.
That is so great. Yeah. And I think a lot of us agree with you on that for sure. Um, and then kind of on the flip side, we've talked about what's great about dance. What has been your biggest challenge in dance, in the sphere of dance?
Well, I think every dancers have the same feeling because about the technique, because always there's some area you need to improve. No matter what, no matter your level, whatever, age-wise, there's always a certain things you need to improve about the technical side, right? And then always, why I cannot do that? My body is my body. Why I cannot do this? I think it's a whole life, it's a homework for the whole life homework. So yeah.
So true. It's so true. It's something I try to share with my students all the time. I'm like, it's always though. You're always going to be working on something. And that can be so great, but it can be very challenging at times. What advice would you give to other dancers that are kind of struggling with this idea that like there's, or maybe they're getting frustrated with the fact that like, oh, I feel like there's always something to work on and I'm feeling very down about that. What advice would you give?
About my students, I always give her, I mean, the students like, because usually I'm getting a lot of saying, question like this, what should I do? I'm feeling like I'm stuck. I'm just hit the bottom or hit the wall, something like, so do every day. Whatever you love. Because basically one word, we just doing the dance. We love dance. So, but always do something helping them, even just like core work or like the leg like strength work. Eventually it helped. Eventually, just little by little, just like you put in that jar and then little by little sand in it. And then someday it's gonna full of jar with the full sense. That's what I always talk to my students like this. Just do it. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but your body actually remember and contains what you put in your effort. So dancers dancing on the stage or also being a dancer, just put in the effort and then someday you will see. So that's the always saying to my students.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's hard sometimes they use this phrase like it's hard to see the forest through the trees, right? And it's kind of that similar thing of like you're not going to see the progress overnight, right? And so you've got to kind of stick with it and just do your work and break it down into those smaller steps. It's very good advice.
Yeah, so be patient, do work.
Be patient and do the work. Yeah. So true. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing all of your advice and your stories. Before we sign off here, can you share a little bit about like what's coming up for you? Do you have any shows? What's coming up for you? Any classes, workshops?
Well, because I'm very excited to mention about it. Last year, I founded a dance and art festival. The name is O-Jak Bridge Dance and Art Festival, and it was sold out show. So first started and it was really nice. And last year we performed at the Broadway Performance Hall, but this year we're gonna perform at the Erickson Theater. So most of the dancers know the theater. So yeah, the date is set up. So it's coming up on December 9th. So we're gonna have two shows. So one in the 3:30, and then evening shows start from the 7:30. And then, but now is co-founder with Adagio Ballet Academy. So mainly, yes, I think it's that these are already interviewed with you guys too. So yeah, so name the founded by Abby and Gil. Both are from PNB Ballet company. So we're setting up non-traditional Swan Lake. So study, yes. So it will be so interesting part we can put on that. So I choreograph it more side, contemporary side, and then like story-wise, they can talk. They're gonna put on some like classical ballet at the same time mingle together with contemporary. So starting with from epilogue with lake scenes, because lake made by Odel's mom's here. So that is why she can just like be a like humans, like a princess by the lake, because mom tried to protect Alice from the curse. So I'm starting from that scenes. Like I'm gonna be mom. And then I'm just giving my daughter the swan, white swan, the blessing. So giving her, you're gonna find forever love. So and then you can be forever princess, a human. So I'm here for you. So starting from that story and then going on to the swan, spider, and the falling in love to the Siegfried. And then interestingly, it's secret, not secret. So we're gonna put on this the party scenes. Yes, Siegfried's mom, queens, ask like son, like you need to find the bride as soon as possible so you can get married. So give me a good grandchild, right? This is so usually classical ballet always doing one solo, like a Russian princess or Hungary princess. They invite all of the world, right? I'm gonna put in some Korean princess too, and then also this time was gender twisted, like princess but gay princess gonna do walking. So it's a making whole thing. So basically hey please ping me, right? So we're gonna make it something fun kind of like the parts, and then after that Black Swan kind of coming in as a contemporary, and then move on to audios like Black Swan solo, Coda, we just keep doing, and then ending, we will make it as a little happy ending, because classical wise, they're jumping into the lake together and then just the end. So, but we're gonna make it because O-Jak bridge, the name that I put on the name is that two birds like crows and magpie make a like bridge, and then make them one love at the, it's from the Asian folk tale. So it's make a one love, only one year, like year for one time per year, they can meet over that bird. So I'm gonna make the end just like actually this lover can meet in the one day with the bird helping. So as I'm thinking about a lot of process now, but it's gonna be one nice, but non-traditional Swan Lake. It's gonna be so much fun. So please come join us and watch our show. It will be really nice. We're working so hard. This time I think we're gonna have some guest dancers too. Guest dancer from something really you can see the Korean traditional like drum dance. So I put in that too because this is a festival, dance festival. I want celebrate all together like in a dance, and then we can appreciate different type of genre dance, right? So that's what I see that I focus on and making. This is second year, so then we'll very excited to bring out this kind of non-traditional Swan Lake steams. So happening on December 9th at Erickson Theater. Please mark on your check on your the calendar and then come to see you. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing. I'm excited. I hope I can make it, and we'll make sure to include links down in the description below. Thank you
Please.
so much for your time again. I so appreciate it. And for everybody out there that's watching, if you want to see more interviews like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. And of course, feel free to comment if you want to see more like this. Goodbye.
Bye.